Hello, we're back today for a short video on the M202. Many people have seen it in a wide range of movies and video games. This quadruple rocket launcher is more than just a movie prop. It's a weapon developed by the American Army during the 70s. Development of what would become the M202 began during the Vietnam War. Contrary to its look, the M202, the initial concept was not to create a new rocket launcher, but a weapon that could replace the M1 and M2 flamethrowers, hence the designation flash for Flame Assault Shoulder. The use of flamethrowers didn't start with the Vietnam War. It's an age-old concept, and the first modern uses of these weapons began with the First World War and didn't really budge with the Second. The flamethrower was made up of tanks containing a pressurized flammable liquid which was ignited at the nozzle when it exited the tube. The flamethrower is an extremely lethal weapon as it can kill in several ways, either by burning the person directly, or by exposing them to intense heat, or by asphyxiation, consuming all the oxygen in a room. In addition to its lethality, the flamethrower has an extremely high psychological impact. It can be an extremely effective weapon, but it is not without its faults. The weapon is bulky, it can't fire for very long, its range is limited compared to standard firearms, and the soldier unlucky enough to carry it will quickly become a priority target as soon as he is spotted by enemy forces. So a small group of engineers listened to feedback from troops still using the old flamethrowers and developed a new weapon that would tend to solve all the problems I've just mentioned. The result is the M202 rocket launcher. It's a weapon capable of firing 4 rockets one at a time, or in rapid succession to increase the probability of a hit. The range of this M202 is around 700 meters. The rockets used are 66mm M74 rockets with an M235 incendiary charge. This charge uses a thickened incendiary agent like napalm, which will replace it. This new incendiary agent will burn at around 1600 degrees Celsius. The M202 can be loaded with a 4-rocket magazine. Before firing, the rockets must first be deployed in launch position. Aiming is via an optic on the left side of the weapon. The M202 is simpler to use than conventional flamethrowers, allowing for minimal training for soldiers likely to use it. The weapon is also lighter than the M2 flamethrower. The M2 weighs 20 kilos empty and 31 kilos when the tanks are full, whereas the M202 weighs just over 5 kilos empty and 12 kilos loaded with its 4 rockets. Despite its relatively low weight compared to its M1 and M2 counterparts, the M202 remains a bulky weapon. The M202 was also intended to be used as a conventional rocket launcher, hence the 66mm rockets, which made the weapon compatible with the rockets originally designed for the M74. In the end, this intercompatibility was never achieved, as the M202 was not the success the US had hoped for. The reliability of the rockets, the size of the weapon, and strong criticism of the use of incendiary weapons prevented widespread adoption of the M202. However, these weapons will remain in reserve for some time. Reports have indicated that M202s were used by the USA during interventions in Afghanistan and Iraq. But the US Department of Defense denies this. South Korea is another country that has used M202 in small quantities, but here again, the extent of use remains unknown. The M202 is one of those weapons that has been far more successful in popular culture than in the armed forces. It's a reworking of the flamethrower concept, which hadn't evolved much since the First World War. Only time will tell if this concept of an individual incendiary rocket launcher will ever resurface, or if it was stillborn. In any case, if you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. You can also support my work via TP. On that note, see you soon for another video.